drunkenly groped my coworker at the company party. Look on his face said everything. Okay, where do I even start? I don't even know why I'm posting this, honestly. Maybe because I've been sitting in the same sweatpants for 3 days, staring at the same goddamn wall, replaying everything in my head over and over until it's driving me insane. Maybe because I feel like complete trash, and there's no one I can really talk to about this without nuking my entire life. Or maybe I'm hoping that typing it all out will somehow make it real enough for me to face it head on. Like maybe writing it down will help me stop pretending it didn't happen. I mean, it did happen. No matter how badly I want to rewrite that night, I can't. I did it. I fucked up. I drunkenly groped my coworker at the company party. There, I said it. God, even typing it feels dirty, disgusting, humiliating. But that was the moment. The second everything flipped upside down. That stupid, blurry moment is now burned into my memory like a brand. And if that wasn't bad enough, the cherry on top, my husband saw it. He fucking saw me do it. And the look on his face, Jesus Christ. That look is going to haunt me forever. It wasn't supposed to be a big deal, the party I mean. Just some free drinks, some music, a few laughs with people I've worked with for years. It was supposed to be fun. A break, something lighthearted before the holidays. Instead, it turned into the single most shameful night of my life. And now, I don't know where my marriage stands. Hell, I don't even know where I stand. I feel so fucking shitty because honestly, all of this could have been avoided. Every last bit of it. The awkwardness, the shame, the silent treatment from my husband, the tension at work, the fact that I can't even look myself in the mirror without wanting to punch my own face. It all could have been avoided if I had just kept my dumbass hands off that goddamn glass. One fucking drink. That's all it took. And it wasn't even a good drink. It was some cheap-ass company wine or whatever the hell they served. I didn't even like the wine that much, but I kept gobbling it down anyway like a goddamn idiot, knowing full well what I was doing, or thinking I did. Because here's the real kicker. My husband warned me. He literally looked me dead in the eye before the party and said, "Please don't drink." Not in some controlling way, but in that quiet, pleading tone that tells you someone's giving you a chance to not screw up. And like a goddamn fool, I looked right back at him and said, "I won't. Promise." And I meant it in that moment. I really fucking did. I meant every single syllable of that promise. But then the lights at the party were warm and low. The music was loud, everyone was laughing, and someone handed me a drink, and I just forgot. Or maybe I chose to forget. Whatever it was, the second that drink hit my hand, the promise I made disappeared like smoke. I didn't think twice. I just sipped it like I hadn't promised the one person who trusted me the most that I wouldn't. That's the thing about promises, isn't it? We say them with our whole chest when everything's calm and easy, but when shit gets fun or wild or tempting, suddenly they don't feel real anymore. Suddenly they're just words we said at a different time in a different mindset, and our brains go, "Oh well, just this once won't hurt." Except it fucking did. It really did. And now here I am, knee-deep in regret, ashamed, guilty, and just wishing I had stuck to the one goddamn promise that could have saved everything. My husband Mark and I have been married for about 7 years, but we've been together way longer than that. Like since we were basically kids, dumb as hell, just figuring life out together. I'm 35 now, he's 34, and I'm not going to sugarcoat this because what's the fucking point? This is anonymous and I'm here because I need help. Desperately, pathetically, honestly. If there's ever been a time where I need to get my shit together, like really get it together, it's now. This is it. This is the line in the sand. This is the moment I either prove to Mark that I can be sober, that I want to be sober, or I lose him completely. And fuck, I don't want to lose him. I've already fucked up so much, I don't even know how I'm going to make it right, but I know I need to try. I know I have to try. Because I don't fucking know what else to do. I've always had a drinking problem. Let me just say that. No point trying to dress it up or act like I just overdo it sometimes. No, I've got a full-blown, messy-ass, wreck-your-life kind of drinking problem. Always have. Go ahead and sue me. I struggled with alcoholism through a huge chunk of my early 20s. Okay, all of my 20s. And yeah, into my 30s too. It's not something I'm proud of. It's something that's been hanging over me like this nasty, toxic cloud for what feels like forever. And it wasn't just one of those, oh, I get a little wild on the weekends kind of things. No, I was spiraling. I drank when I was happy. I drank when I was sad. I drank when I was bored. I drank because I wanted to feel something. And then I drank because I didn't want to feel anything. I numbed everything with alcohol for years. I don't even remember half of those years clearly. That's how deep I was in it. The worst part? I knew it was destroying me. I knew it was hurting people around me, especially Mark. But even when I saw the hurt in his eyes, even when I saw how disappointed he looked every time I promised, this is the last time, and then broke that promise, I still couldn't stop. I couldn't get my shit together. I'd try to sober up, stay clean for a couple weeks, maybe even a couple months if I was lucky. But it was always this back and forth cycle, up and down, clean, relapse, guilt, clean, relapse, guilt, over and over like some fucked up merry-go-round I couldn't get off of. And Mark? God, he's been a fucking saint through all of it. He's the one person who never gave up on me, even when I gave up on myself. He's been fighting this battle with me, even though he didn't ask for it. He didn't sign up for a wife with a drinking problem, but he still stayed. He stuck by my side through the worst nights, the messy breakdowns, the blackouts, the tears, the apologies. He helped me to appointments, to therapy, to AA meetings I swore I'd never go to. He pushed me to be better. He begged me to be better. When I finally made the very serious decision to get sober, like really fucking commit to it, it was only a couple of months ago. Yeah, I'd made that decision a lot of times before. I know how that sounds. But listen, the thing is, temptation is a bitch. Like, no joke. It creeps in when you're tired or pissed off or bored or just breathing. And once it's in, once that craving starts whispering in your ear like some seductive little devil, it's hard as hell to ignore. One moment you're strong as steel, and the next, you're halfway through a bottle wondering how the hell it happened again. But the best part, if there's even a silver lining in this whole mess, is that I did keep picking myself back up. Every single time. I'd crash, I'd burn, but I'd drag my ass back up, wipe the shame off my face, and try again. That's the only reason I'm even still standing right now. I mean, it was this constant fucking cycle. I'd go sober for like a week, 2 weeks, maybe even a month, and then boom. Some random shitty day would show up and I'd just cave. I'd think, just one drink, what could go wrong? Spoiler, everything. And I know people think it's weak, but damn, alcohol is fucking tasty. Don't even get me started on wine or cocktails, especially those fruity ones that feel like a damn vacation in a glass. God, it's not fair. It's like being allergic to the one thing that makes you feel alive and dead at the same damn time. Anyway, months ago, maybe 4, 5, I made the realest decision I've ever made. I looked in the mirror, dead-ass serious, and told myself I was done. Like done. And part of the reason was because, well, we're getting old, aren't we? I'm 35. 30-fucking-5. My back cracks when I stand up too fast. I can't party like I used to, and honestly, I don't even want to anymore. Mark and I were having those late-night talks about the future, you know, the deep ones that kind of scare you but also excite you. We were talking about family, babies, a house with a big-ass backyard, the whole 9 fucking yards. And I wanted it. I want it. I want that little chaos-filled life. I want chubby fingers wrapped around mine and goldfish crumbs smashed into the carpet. I want to see Mark holding our baby and know that we made that little human together. But I knew, deep down knew, that Mark would never be okay with bringing a child into our lives while I was still one sip away from disaster. And he's right. He's not being a dick. He's being responsible. Because what kind of mother would I be if I couldn't even stay sober long enough to prove I was serious? So yeah, I made the decision. I got serious. I poured every drop of alcohol in the house down the drain. I deleted my liquor store's number. I went to therapy. I hit my meetings. I even stopped hanging around with certain people who I knew would pull me back into that world. And for those couple of months, I was killing it. I was so fucking proud of myself. Mark was proud of me. We were reconnecting. We were even starting to plan a baby, like, let's try after the new year kind of talk. Things felt right, until the goddamn work party. That stupid hellhole of a work party. So let's rewind to last week. It was our company's annual holiday party. The big end of year, we made it through hell together. Now let's pretend we like each other while we eat overcooked shrimp and pretend the DJ isn't trash kind of event. You know the one. And honestly, I was kind of excited. I've always been the social one. I thrive in these situations. Small talk, compliments on clothes, bitchy bathroom gossip, the whole vibe. I like being around people, especially when there's music and dim lighting and everyone's pretending the office doesn't exist for one night. Plus, I'd been doing so good lately, you know? I felt like maybe I could actually enjoy myself without slipping. Just have fun. Laugh with people I've worked with for years, dance a little, feel normal. That's what I wanted, to feel fucking normal. Mark didn't want to go. Surprise, surprise, he hates that shit. The awkwardness, the fake smiles, the forced conversations. Not really his scene. And considering everything we'd been through with my drinking, I think he was already on edge about it. But I worked on him a little, told him it'd be good to get out, that it was just one night, that we needed it, that I'd be fine. And like I mentioned before, he looked me dead in the eye. Like heart-stabbing, soul-piercing, please don't break my trust kind of eye contact. And said, just please don't drink. That was it. That was all he asked. And what did I say? Of course I said yes. Of course I fucking promised. Because in that moment, I meant it. I really did. I looked at him and said, I won't. And I believed myself. Like a goddamn liar in denial, I believed every word I said. Because I wanted to believe it. I wanted to be that version of myself he could depend on. The one who shows up to a party, has a soda, dances like a dork, and goes home without ruining everything. But let's not pretend you don't already know how that turned out. Let's not play dumb. If I had actually kept that promise, if I hadn't touched a fucking drink, I wouldn't be here, hunched over my phone at 3 a.m. trying to write my guilt into a Reddit post and wondering if my marriage is about to fucking implode. But I did drink. And now I'm here, typing this shit, living this shit. The minute we got there and I went off socializing with the few people I can actually call friends, that was when I started to fucking slip, like clockwork. It was so damn familiar, I didn't even catch it until it was too late. I've always had this stupid tendency to overdrink when I'm with my coworkers. I mean, yeah, I have a drinking problem. No news there. But there's just something extra about being around the office crew. It's like I become this cracked out version of myself who's too loud, too flirty, too carefree, and honestly too fucking reckless. Everyone's trying to let loose, be chill, be cool. And for me, that's just the perfect storm. So I started with wine. Some cheap-ass company-sponsored wine in a plastic flute like we were at a bad wedding. Honestly, it wasn't even good. It tasted like vinegar with regrets. But did that stop me? Hell no. Because it was there and it was free, and I'd already broken my promise just by sipping it. So what the fuck, right? Then came a few cocktails, strong ones, sugary, boozy little liars in glass. I stopped counting after the third or fourth, which is never a good sign. I remember laughing way too loud, throwing my head back like life was amazing. I felt loose. I felt good. I hate how good I felt looking back. I hate that it always starts that way. That warm little high, that buzz in your chest, that whisper that says, you're fine, you've got this. Fucking liar voice. I was drunk, and I was definitely feeling myself, whatever that means anymore. And then, at some point, I ended up near Dan. God, even typing his name makes me want to scream into a pillow. Dan's this colleague I worked with earlier in the year on a major project. Decent guy, friendly, always cracking jokes, the kind of guy everyone likes. And yeah, he's cute enough. He's got that whole funny and charming without trying too hard vibe. But I'd never thought about him like that. At least, I didn't think I had. The music was pumping. People were dancing, laughing. Mark was somewhere else, probably doing that thing he does, standing near the edge of the room looking like he's analyzing the architectural structure of the ceiling just to avoid small talk. He's never been the social butterfly type. I mentioned that before. And me? I was feeling really fucking good. Too good. I don't know how or when it happened, but I was suddenly just standing with Dan. Close. Closer than we'd ever stood before. We were talking, I think, maybe joking about something stupid. My hand brushed his shoulder. I remember that clearly. And then he looked at me, like really looked at me. And in my dumb, intoxicated mind, I felt something. Tension, energy. God, I hate that I'm even saying this, but it felt good. That moment felt nice. Like someone was seeing me as an attractive woman. And yeah, Mark tells me I'm beautiful. All the time, actually. He says it in the mornings when my breath smells like death and my hair's in a tangled bun. He says it when I'm crying, when I'm fighting him, when I'm happy. He means it. I know he means it. But it's different. After all these years, those compliments feel like a warm blanket. Comforting, familiar, but not new. Not like the thrill of someone else's eyes on you. That's what I was chasing, maybe. That fucked up dopamine hit of newness. Next thing I know, I'm pressing up against Dan. I don't even remember moving that close. I just remember feeling like my body had a mind of its own. His hand reached out a little, almost like he was trying to keep some space. But I wasn't taking the fucking hint. I kept moving in. I closed the distance like a goddamn idiot. And then I fucking groped him. Yeah, I did that. I fucking groped him. My hand. I don't even remember where exactly it landed. Just that it was wrong. So wrong. I crossed the line, not tripped, not danced on it. I straight up stomped over it in heels and didn't even look back. The worst part? No, scratch that. The absolute fucking worst part, the moment that keeps playing in my head like some cursed looping video, was when I heard Mark's voice. I didn't even hear what he said. Hell, I don't think he even said anything. It was just his voice, that tone, that sudden awareness in the air. I froze. My whole body just stopped, like my brain short-circuited and said, "You're done, bitch." I turned, and there he was, across the room, just standing there, watching me. He looked devastated. He looked furious, and that look on his face told me everything I needed to know, that I had fucked up royally, and that this might just be the last straw. Dan immediately stiffened beside me. He backed off like the floor was lava, and to be honest, I couldn't blame him. I backed off too, quick and clumsy, like I'd just been caught stealing from a church. My heart dropped to my stomach dropped to the fucking floor. Mark didn't move right away, he just stood there, still, frozen, staring. And I swear, maybe this is just my guilt dramatizing it, but it felt like the whole damn room quieted, like the universe was holding its breath to see what would happen next. I tried to walk over to him. Hell, I stumbled my way over, like the hot mess I absolutely was. But by the time I got halfway there, he'd already turned. Just like that. Turned around and started walking straight for the exit. No confrontation, no yelling, no dramatic scene. Just silence. And that fucking silence? That was somehow worse than if he had screamed in my face. At least if he'd screamed, I would have known he still felt something. But this felt like watching him start to shut down. I followed him out like a damn fool, slurring words, babbling nonsense, apologizing and explaining and just talking, even though I don't even remember what the hell I was saying. I think I begged. I'm pretty sure I begged. Begged like a pathetic drunk who had no clue what she had just ruined. He didn't say a word. Got into the car, drove home. I don't even remember the ride. Just sitting in the passenger seat, crying silently like some broken thing. When we got home, still nothing. We didn't talk. He went straight to the guest room. I tried to crawl into bed like some piece of this night could still be normal, but he never came. And that bed? That bed felt like a glacier. I've never known silence to be that loud before. It was the coldest fucking night of my life, and that says a lot, coming from me. The next morning, everything was just off. He was there, but he wasn't there. Distant, quiet, like someone had swapped out the man I married with a colder, hollower version of him. I kept apologizing. I tried so hard to say the right thing, to somehow undo the nightmare. But nothing I said helped. I think it only made it worse. Every "I'm sorry" sounded faker to him. Every excuse made me sound more selfish. He kept saying he needed space, and I get it, I do. But goddamn, it still hurt like hell. It's been a week, 7 days, and the man I love is still not really here. He barely looks at me, barely says a word. We move through the house like strangers. I want to touch him, but I don't know if I have the right anymore. I don't know if I deserve to. And I swear, the look on his face that night, I see it every time I close my eyes. It's carved into my fucking brain. I don't even know who I can talk to about this. I can't tell friends or family. God, no. That would be a disaster. I don't want anyone judging him, or me, honestly, which is why I'm here, dumping my dirty truth onto Reddit, hoping someone out there will just listen. Do I deserve forgiveness? I don't fucking know. Maybe not. Maybe this is the universe putting a mirror in front of my dumbass face and saying, look what you've become. There's no excuse for what I did. There's no way to spin it. I can't unsqueeze that tube of toothpaste. I fucked up. Royally. And the trust? God. I don't know if Mark will ever trust me again. And work? Oh, don't even get me started. It's been hell. Dan's been avoiding me, obviously, and I get it. But he also filed a complaint. And HR reached out. I have a whole ass meeting with them. Human resources fucking operations. What the hell does that even mean? I've never even had a speeding ticket, and now I'm sitting here trying to figure out if I'm about to get fired for sexual misconduct. I never thought it would spiral like this. I just wanted to go to a party. I just wanted to have fun. I regret picking up that first glass. I regret it all. I should have stayed home like Mark suggested, watched trashy TV, ate popcorn, maybe curled up on the couch with him and just been okay. But no, I had to chase a buzz and destroy everything instead. I don't know what to do. I'm confused. I'm scared. I'm exhausted. I feel like shit and I hate myself. Any feedback would be appreciated. Update. Hello, Reddit. It's been months and I've got to say, I fucking contemplated posting this so damn much, I might as well have written 10 drafts of this shit in my head and still hit delete every time. I'd open the app, start typing, get overwhelmed, and close that bitch like it was on fire. Yeah, sure, I got some DMs asking for an update, but let's not act like the rest of y'all didn't come for my neck. When I posted that first thread, I was expecting a little advice, just a sprinkle of help. But nah, that shit blew up. Viral, like nuclear grade viral. And with that came the criticism. A lot of fucking criticism. Ruthless, throat-cutting, can't sleep at night kind of criticism. And okay, fine. I deserve some of it. I said it then, and I'll say it again now. I was fucking wrong. But Jesus Christ, y'all didn't hold back. It got so bad I couldn't even look at the Reddit logo without twitching. I avoided the app like it was the damn plague. And yeah, part of it was guilt and shame, but also, I was scared. What if Mark found that post? I know he doesn't really use Reddit, but what if someone connected the dots and sent it to him? What if someone recognized the story? I was paranoid as hell. I lived in that fear, and it chewed me up from the inside out. And then one day a few weeks ago, I log in on impulse, and boom, DMs. A couple were recent, most were from way the fuck back when the first post went viral. People actually gave a fuck, nosy motherfuckers. But still, it hit me. Y'all wanted an update? Fine, let's do this. Let's talk about how life went straight to fucking hell in a gasoline-soaked shopping cart. So for those of you who don't remember my original post, check my profile. That shit's still there. But I'm here now to give you the long-awaited update. Not because I think I owe anyone anything, but because sometimes screaming into the void of the internet is better than screaming into your pillow in your childhood bedroom while blackout drunk. Yeah, that's where I'm at now. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. Mark filed for divorce. Yep, straight up. And I can't even blame him. I tried everything. I begged, cried, pleaded, brought in family, friends, pastors, mutual friends. Hell, I would have summoned the ghost of his grandma if I thought it would help. But he was done. And he meant done. He told me the work party disaster was the final nail in the coffin. My alcoholism, what I did to Dan, he said it all showed him I wasn't going to change, that he had held out hope for too long, and now he had to finally put himself first. Hearing that shattered me. I broke. I cried until I felt like my bones were vibrating. I couldn't even eat, sleep, or function properly. But at the end of the day, none of it changed anything. We got divorced. And honestly, Mark handled it like a fucking gentleman. He didn't kick me out right away. Said I could stay a bit while I figured things out. The house was closer to my job anyway, so he let me stick around. But then the universe said, "Bitch, you thought this was rock bottom? Hold my beer." I got fired. Yeah, fired. And I swear to God, it was nepotism. They used that whole sexual misconduct thing as an excuse, but really, they just wanted to squeeze me out to make room for someone's cousin or niece or some other kiss-ass corporate puppet. I will take that belief to my fucking grave. They gave me a pathetic severance, tossed my ass out, and that was that. Now I was divorced, unemployed, and had no reason to stay in Mark's house anymore. So I packed my shit, sold whatever little crap I could live without, and moved 2 cities away, to my parents' house, which is hell, pure fucking hell. My parents are insufferable Catholic zealots who think every bad thing that's ever happened to me is divine punishment for my sins. I shit you not. They don't even try to hide their disgust. And guess what? I fucking hate them too. So we're all one big happy hate each other family. I was grieving. I was isolated. All my friends were in Mark's city, and most of them, yeah, they chose his side. Again, can't blame them. I'm the villain in this story. I own that. I wouldn't pick me either. And in the middle of all this, my parents had the fucking audacity to tell me to get a job and start paying rent, or get the fuck out. Mind you, this was like weeks after I'd just landed in their house, still crying myself to sleep and drinking till I passed out. But hey, maybe that boot to the ribs was what I needed. I got my ass out there and found a job. Not a great one. Not even a good one. But it pays. Barely. I'm still there, still grinding, still saving, slowly. Every damn penny goes into the get the fuck out of this house fund. My dream right now? A studio apartment. That's it. Just a door I can close without hearing my mother whispering rosaries outside it, or my dad blasting sermons about sin and punishment. My drinking? Yeah, it's still a problem. I'm not going to lie and say I'm sober. I fell off the wagon hard after the divorce, because for a long time Mark was the only reason I kept trying. When he left, I lost my anchor, but lately I've been clawing my way back, slowly, messily. I'm drawing strength from other places now. Anger, regret, the desire to not end up dead in my childhood bedroom. I want to get sober. I need to. Because I don't want to be the woman who ruined her life and just kept pouring vodka over the wreckage. I want better, even if I don't feel like I deserve it. So yeah, that's where I'm at. Divorced, job barely hanging on, still living with my parents, still drinking. I don't even know why I wrote this long-ass post. Maybe just to feel seen again. Maybe because I thought if I talked to strangers it'd feel less heavy. Maybe because part of me hopes someone out there is clawing their way out of their own fuck-up too, and this mess helps them feel a little less alone. Anyway, there's your update. Hope all the people who said Mark deserves better are satisfied now that I'm crying in a room with Jesus posters on the walls, hiding whiskey bottles in old shoeboxes. Because yeah, Mark did deserve better and I fucking blew it, that's all. Peace.